This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
Wish You Were Here. Produced under an agreement with the Upper Cumberland Development District and made possible in part through support from the United States Department of Agriculture.
In the heart of Tennessee, there's a little slice of heaven you just gotta see. Oh man, wish you were here.
Hi, I'm Katelyn Steakley, your host for Wish You Were Here. If you're here, that tells me one thing. You're ready for more Upper Cumberland adventure. And boy, do we have some adventure in store for you. But before we meet up with our correspondents, let's do some exploring of our own right here in Pall Mall, Tennessee at the Forbus General Store.
From the screen door you enter through to the counter you check out at, not much about the general store has changed since 1892. Forbes served not only as commerce of trade, but also acted as the post office and courthouse at one point in time.
I'm here today in Pall Mall, Tennessee at the Forbus General Store with owner James West. James, thank you so much for having us today.
You're welcome. We're glad you came.
What are some of the products that you've seen traded and sold here at the general store?
Well, I got my first pair of Levi's at this store back when I was probably 8 or 9 years old. I hung my overalls on a nail and tore my overalls off of me. Well, my uncle came the next morning with me a pair of Levi's, and that's the first pair of Levi's I owned, and they came from here. They sold overalls, plow points, just bolts, nails, whatever you needed. They had it here at this store at that time.
It's a true general store then.
True general store.
The general store is listed on the National Register of Historic Places as well. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's where we get a lot of our trade. Tourists comes through and they want to stop at the historical building. Of course, this 127 is a historical route, so a lot of people travel it. And far as the inside part, it has not changed that much. We might have added a few more shelves, but other than that, it's original.
What products are offered here today at the general store?
Well, we offer jellies, jams, all kinds of candy. We have pictures. We have a lot of decor, lotions, perfumes. Of course, we've got our fudge.
I've heard about the fudge.
That's one of our main products, our fudge. It's made in-house. It's not hauled in from somewhere else. We make it here. And that is probably our #1 seller.
Try the homemade fudge or one of the mason jar shakes dipped in fudge. On any given day of the week, you will find the back of the store filled with locals grabbing a bite to eat and playing a game of pig.
We're going to try a game that originated here locally that you're going to tell me about.
It's called Pig. You play it with poker cards. It's played different ways. Some folks plays with 1 joker, some plays with 2 jokers, some plays with no joker. It's a lot like Rook. You've got a partner and you bid just like you do with Rook. Of course, we got the pigs is the 5s. You've got an off pig and a main pig, and that's what you've got to catch to make you bid. A guy that we know has done a lot of research on it, and it originated around in Fenner's, Pickett, and Clinton County.
Now, the games aren't the only source of entertainment here. You guys also have live entertainment, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Every first Saturday of the month, we have live entertainment. And another thing that we put on a fireworks show, 4th of July, for our customers. We usually have the roads full from first you can see that way and others you can see that way.
Well, that's a lot of entertainment. I'm excited to walk around and explore the store. It really feels like you're stepping back in time here. We appreciate you so much for having us today.
I'm tickled to death of you all to share.
Get a glimpse of what life was like in Appalachia during the 19th century and experience the rural culture and history of Pall Mall, Tennessee.
Relationships renewed, new ones forged. Magic always happens around the campfire, and that feeling rings true for this Upper Cumberland business. Field correspondent Rafferty Cleary visited Campfire Coffee in Jamestown, Tennessee to get a coffee making crash course. I wonder how it went.
I'm at Campfire Coffee in Jamestown, Tennessee, and hanging out with us today is Janelle Smoker and Father Ben Smoker. Thank you all so much for letting us be here today. This is a great setup. What's the backstory to this business? Had you always wanted to own a coffee shop?
I always kind of wanted to, but I didn't want to as early as I did. But for the past few years when we moved here, I kind of was like, someday I would like to having a coffee shop, Never really thought that I was going to for a couple of years. And then Chris and Jessica Riley, the previous owners, reached out to us and were like, hey, we're thinking about selling, would you be interested? And they were really good friends with our dad and with our family. And so he was always like, if you ever want to sell the coffee shop, just kind of reach out to me and let me know. And so that's why he reached out to us. And then it was kind of history from that point on, so.
Ben, what has this experience been like for you to be able to, open this up and do this with your daughter?
I love doing business with my daughters. I have 4 daughters and enjoy doing businesses with them. So it seemed like a wonderful opportunity. We also enjoy trying to create more interesting things to do here in Jamestown, and it's just a great way to build community because it's kind of like the local watering hole, so to speak. People come in here and get to know each other that wouldn't have met otherwise. So it's neat to see that.
So what would be some of your specialty drinks or maybe a favorite drink or most popular drink that comes out of Campfire Coffee?
My favorite is the Bee's Knees. It's a honey and vanilla latte. That's what I make for him a lot of the time too, so he liked that one most of the time. That's definitely one of our customer favorites. We probably sell that one and probably the most. And then there's another one, it's called the Sassy Cow. We always try to come up with cool names that people can remember them by. But it's just a cold brew coffee with caramel and sweet cream on top.
You mentioned baristas. Is there any chance I can get up front and see if I have what it takes to?
We can make that happen.
Okay.
I'm looking to hire in the next few
Okay.
months. So.
All right, Janelle, what are we making?
I think we're gonna make a Bee's Knees since that's the best
Okay.
one anyway.
All right,
So
the Bee's Knees.
it's
All right.
honey and vanilla and a latte. First things first, we're a specialty coffee shop, so we weigh everything out. When you come in, your coffee tastes the exact same as the other day.
Okay, I got
Tastes the
you.
same every time. Our espresso is 22 grams. Oh, one more. All right, so then go ahead and kind of make it a little bit flatter. Yeah.
I'm getting fired already. We good? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. Yep.
Okay.
Now set it in there, and you want to try to keep it level on both sides. So you're going to want to kind of push on it until the coffee pushes back. Yeah, that's probably good. I'll let you do it.
Run water.
You want to run water through it? And then it's good to go. You can stop it.
No, okay.
Yep. Now try it. There you go. So you want to make sure it's snug, tight. Okay, go ahead and grab one of the mugs from up top.
Oh no, it's
If
crunch
you pull a
time.
good shot
Crunch
first
time.
try, I'm gonna be really upset.
Oh.
31. Have you ever pulled a shot of espresso before?
No,
You
never.
got 31 first try.
Never. Was that good?
That's
Okay.
good. That's like
Does it
1
work?
second away from perfect.
Okay.
It's pretty good. I'm impressed.
Oh yeah. Well. That's 25.2. There we go.
Yep, it's perfect.
All
So go
right.
ahead and mix it.
All right. And are you getting this?
All right, so then go ahead and grab your cup.
All right.
There you, you know what? There's a blob. All right, it's gonna spill if you don't put it back on the table.
All right. That was awful.
Hey, first try. Oh, how did that happen? It's hard to
I'm
explain to
making a
people how to
mess
do
here
it.
at Campfire Coffee right now.
So, think you could do it?
Yeah.
I have to go upstairs and grab something. Are you okay to hold down the fort?
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, did you say 41 pumps of salted caramel? It's a bit thick, but we'll make it happen. Did you say skim milk? Why? Go matcha or go home. That's what I always say. Marshmallow milk. Yeah, the Wi-Fi password is Rafferty is the greats.
Man, that's a lot of orders. How's everything going?
I think I did a really good job.
Nestled in the headwaters of Center Hill Lake at the confluence of the Caney Fork, Collins, and Rocky Rivers lies Rock Island State Park. Its wild and untamed beauty is a sight to behold. Recently, field correspondent Shan Stout traveled to Rock Island to talk with park rangers about the sites and learn more about the many recreational opportunities they offer.
Playful river, ever laughing, pleading river, always calling, rushing river, now unwieldy, wild, deep river, oft defiant. Local poet R.P. Hudson described the wild, untamed temper of the Caney Fork River in his Ode to the Caney Fork. From the cascading waterfalls to the changing colors of the leaves, each season in the Upper Cumberland offers its own beauty and natural wonder.
We are here on a beautiful fall day in McMinnville, Tennessee at Rock Island State Park. And I'm here with park manager Damon Graham. Rock Island is host to lots of things to do in every single season.
Yeah, so we're very busy during the summer. I mean, we've got a lot of activities to do, everything from fishing to hiking. And one thing that's been really popular is kayaking. We have a huge campground, cabins, lots of overnight facilities and things like that.
Now, Rock Island is not only full of natural beauty, it also is a geographical anomaly because there's multiple bodies of water that come together.
We are the headwaters of Center Hill Lake, which is on the Caney Fork River system. We also have the Collins River, which we do pontoon floats on, and we also have the Rocky River. So they all kind of come together into the Caney Fork, which then creates Center Hill Lake below the dam.
Let's talk about the variations in the water levels and safety for people who visit Rock Island.
The water levels are really low right now. They draw those down in the winter, but in the summer, depending on rainfall, the water can rise. We also have a TVA powerhouse on the park. So if you get here and you hear sirens, that could mean water is getting ready to be released. So definitely we suggest coming to the visitor center, getting all those warning information from our clerks or our park rangers, just so you know where you're at.
Now, one thing I like about Rock Island is the fact that it has drivable waterfalls. What I mean by that is some waterfalls you have to hike to at multiple state parks across our area. But here, you can simply drive into a parking lot and see your first waterfall.
We're fortunate in the Cumberland Plateau. We've got tons of waterfalls at different state parks, but ours are some of the most accessible. Like you said, you can drive straight and get a great photo basically out your car window if the parking lot's not too crowded.
Okay, now that it's time for a pontoon boat tour, we brought in the expert. We have seasonal ranger Hannah Leftwich. Hello, Hannah.
Hi.
Okay, now you are the expert on all things for the pontoon tour, but you are a seasonal ranger. Tell us what that means.
So I do all of the programming with kids, families, help with all of our big activities. We have a snake. My name's Slinky. I do a lot of programs with that. We have an owl and a red-tailed hawk, so our birds of prey. And I do crafts with the kids, and the pontoon floats are probably the biggest hits, along with the kayak floats.
What can we expect to see today? How long does the tour last? And maybe how many people?
So we try to cap it off at 10 people, just so everyone gets that one-on-one question time if they need to, and it's not too crowded. We hope to see lots of wildlife. Turtles are a big hit, especially when it's sunny.
It's just an amazing experience, and I can't wait to see what our views are going to be out on the water.
Absolutely, they're going to be great.
Take in all the wild air the Upper Cumberland has to offer and visit Rock Island State Park.
Who would think that what was once a way of life for a rural community would later become a timeless and celebrated art form? From the theater stage to the gallery filled with remarkable work, history, and culture, this center celebrates art in all of its forms and remains a shining example of the power of creativity in small communities. Field correspondent Matt Beal traveled to Woodbury, Tennessee to visit one of the most unique models for rural arts organizations in the country, the Art Center of Cannon County.
Woodbury has a long, rich tradition of fine crafters, such as its history of basket and chair making. Considered one of the best small art towns in the United States, Woodbury showcases some of the finest art in every medium.
Today, we are uncovering another hidden gem in the Upper Cumberland at the Art Center of Cannon County. I'm joined today by Chief Operating Officer of the Art Center of Cannon County, Beth McCrary. Beth, thanks so much for having us in today.
Thanks for being here.
The Art Center features lots of different things, but in terms of shows, tell us about what a typical season is like here.
We have 6 main stage shows a year and 3 kids shows, which are like for field trips for schools.
One of the unique things about shows here is every show features a different floor.
That is correct. We repaint the floor for every show we have. It is painted black, and then we paint whatever goes with the set itself on top of it. Like this one is supposed to be dirt and grass. It's supposed to be like a little pathway.
And it adds to the ambiance of each show for sure.
It does, because we do have a thrust stage, which means the people in the front row are actually on stage in the production. So there's 3 sides, and so they are actually sitting on the stage itself.
And your actors and singers and actresses come from where?
Locally. Most of them come from surrounding counties. We do have occasionally somebody that comes from Davidson County or something, but it's all volunteer, and they audition for the parts.
I'm excited to come get tickets to shows now, and tell me how I would go about getting a ticket, and can I buy a season pass as well?
You can. We have a pass for all 6 season shows, and we have one for the season shows, including the kids shows. And then we have one for just the kids shows.
The White Oak Gift Shop features craft and fine artists from all around Middle Tennessee. It's a perfect place to pick up a handcrafted Tennessee gift. From pottery to textiles, paintings to jewelry, the shop features a revolving array of gifts and collectible items available for purchase.
There are many unique experiences here.
We have a gift shop. We have 2 galleries. We have some rental space in the front that's Short Mountain Cultures, and they have a lot of unique food products and fermentation products.
Those fermented products aren't just what we think of fermented products, wine and beer, but rather...
No, it's not wine and beer. It's actually water kefir, kombucha. They make sauerkraut, kimchi.
And tell us about the White Oak Craft Fair. When does that happen?
That takes place the 2nd weekend in September. It's the weekend after Labor Day. And we usually have around 80 artists, and they are juried, which means that there is a panel that decides if your work can go in or not. It means it has to be completely hand done. And sometimes we'll have a potter making pottery. We have a blacksmith sometimes. We'll always have someone doing demos.
So it's a community labor of love.
It is. You have to love it.
Theater is not only a form of entertainment, but a way in which one can see a different perspective from our own and discover something new about the world in which we live in. Careful, you may get bit by the theater bug, and before you know it, you're on stage with a feather boa.
And that's it for our visit to the Art Center of Cannon County here in Woodbury.
Yeah, that's where that boa went. I was looking all over for that.
Let's travel to downtown Sparta, Tennessee, where the aroma of freshly baked pizza fills the air. Mariucci's Pizzeria is located inside a charming, renovated historic building that is reminiscent of a bygone era. Recently, field correspondent Rafferty Cleary had the opportunity to explore the delicious world of Mariucci's Pizzeria and learn about the passion and dedication that goes into making this Sparta gem a success.
Mariucci's becomes an instant classic to all who have the pleasure to visit. The romantic atmosphere will transport you back to a bygone era and will have you humming Bing Crosby.
Hello from beautiful downtown Sparta, Tennessee, and we are at what is becoming a regional favorite, Mariucci's Pizzeria, and I'm with owners Mary Angela and John Rittberger. Thank you all so much for letting us spend a little bit of time with you today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
What makes this place such a draw?
Well, I think it's a different style of pizza. It's something that I wanted to bring kind of from my family's history. A little bit different in the fact of being a brick oven and the dough style. The fact that we don't use tomato sauce on a lot of the pizzas. So it's just something unique, I hope, for the area.
What gives you the most joy out of this whole process?
I like serving people and I like feeling like people are my family when they come in. Giving people a really good plate of food that they're happy with, making sure people know that they're worth the time to make them an awesome plate of food.
I think we needed a place for people to come, just a destination. And we love Sparta. We've lived in many places in the past, and this is our favorite. We tried to retire once years ago, and this is what happens when you retire.
So tell us about some of the items on your menu.
Well, we serve traditional Italian style pizzas. We have Italian meats. Most of them are pork. We do have chicken on one of them. So we have your capicola, your prosciutto, your Italian sausage. We do have 4 specialty pizzas that do have a San Marzano sauce on them. But again, you'll find fresh sliced portobello mushrooms. We slice our onions every day. We do have black olives. So we have a whole variety of pizzas.
What would be your favorite pizza? John, what about you? Or y'all have the exact same favorite?
Right now, I think we do have the exact same favorite, and I'm going to guess hers is the arugula, which is a play on arugula.
Okay.
Yes, yes. And that actually does have San Marzano sauce. Has fresh mozzarella rather than the shredded mozzarella. Has prosciutto and fresh olive oil when it comes out of the oven. A whole handful of arugula and then shaved Parmesan on top. So it's just fresh and light and nice for, kind of missing that summertime.
Sounds spectacular. I'm a food lover. This is killing me right now. So the big key question I have, is there anything to toss in the dough and making a pizza?
Yes.
Okay.
There's an art to it, definitely. You want to be able to get that pillowy edge, but still keep it thin in the middle. And then of course, how you launch it into the oven.
I have a question. Is there any chance I can get a stab at making that pillowy edge today?
Absolutely, I'd love to show you.
Let's give it a shot. Fun in the kitchen, fun by the fire, great time making pizzas. Thank you so much for letting us hang out with you today. I am dying to sink my teeth and taste buds into these pizzas. Thank you all so much.
You're very welcome.
Visit downtown Sparta and experience the unique shopping, fine dining, and breweries that surround the courthouse square. With so many opportunities to hike, paddle, and cave, Sparta, Tennessee remains an adventure tourism destination.
Since its beginning, the Forbus General Store has been a gathering place for folks from all over, filled with remarkable stories and traditions that have been passed down over generations. Today, it remains unchanged, waiting for new stories to be shared and memories to be had. Celebrate the rich history and culture of the region and stop in at Forbus General Store here in Pall Mall, Tennessee. What an incredible journey we've had today, exploring the Upper Cumberland. Join us next time for more adventures in Tennessee's Upper Cumberland. Don't you wish you were here?
You're looking at me. We can't be friends. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Look how cute.
This isn't happening. It isn't happening. Oh my word. Oh my gosh. No.
Wish You Were Here. Produced under an agreement with the Upper Cumberland Development District and made possible in part through support from the United States Department of Agriculture.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.